You are striving to live the life that you want to be leading. One of the most important aspects of it is having enough optimism to be able to push yourself forward and achieve the goals that you want to be achieving, and overall in believing in yourself. Optimism is incredibly important. However, there are some other aspects of optimism that are very important to know. Because one of the many aspects of optimism is that it's putting you into a position where you can come off as either naive or even fooling yourself, or basically just denying yourself of particular things. We've seen it plenty of times where an absurd amount of optimism can actually blind a person of their own judgment and of the world around them. So the truth about optimism is, while it is really good, there are other aspects to it that you also have to be considering when it comes to optimism. And if you are not very careful about those kinds of things, then it can be very dangerous. So one of the things that I do to counteract all of that is having a balance between optimism as well as realistic thinking. What I mean by that is taking the time to be looking around the world around you, being present, being physically there. Of course, optimism is incredibly important, and it's really inspiring and motivational for others around you to feel happy, to be positive, to have a positive outlook on life in general. That's very uplifting, but you also have to realize that there are other problems outside in the world. There are many problems that the world has, and it's important to take the time to acknowledge those things. There are certain limitations that we have on ourselves, such as our own bodies can only handle so much stuff before we have to go and rest. There's also physical limitations. Sometimes we don't always have the strongest upper body strength or lower body strength, and those are limitations that we have on our own abilities to be doing something effectively. Of course, there are ways around those things. You can always go to the gym to train up upper body strength or lower body strength, as well as you can find a variety of creative ideas around the situations that we have. But you can't deny those problems from existing, or saying all is well when everything around you is burning to the ground. So it's important to have that sort of balance in between, and realistic thinking for me is that sort of check to say, okay, Eric, this may not be reality. Like, the reality is that it's like that there's something else that's in the way, and that you have to think your way around it. You can figure it out, but it's going to take a little bit of time to figure that out. You can't just overcome it with just sheer optimism and hopefulness. You actually have to take action on your problems to be able to fix them. And that really is the truth behind optimism. It's that as much as optimism can put you into a state of naivete, or you're in denial, or at least like other people are thinking of that, as long as you are being sure to be mindful and being present in the world around you, then you don't really have to worry too much about some of the repercussions of optimism. And this will actually keep you in check, and you'll be able to uplift other people around you.